Reporting is a pain point to most quality engineers. In this video, I will go through some of the pain points and also potential solution and building a good data foundation to elevate data automation.
Hello everyone, I'm Evelyn Tan, an influencer in quality engineering, to bring you another lessons on how to apply quality engineering tools and concepts to be proactive in achieving consistently good quality products. So let's get started.
Having been a quality engineering professional for almost 30 years, I have observed and also I personally have experienced the quality reporting pain point. Most of the quality engineers will spend 20 to 30% of their weekly working hours or even more to generate quality reports for management and also customers. I also used to see more than 30 PowerPoint slides, weekly reports from my subordinates and even my suppliers. There could also be 3 to 4 different reports all churning out in 1 week. So it's really been out of control and using too much time. I will go through some of the causes that potentially cause the reporting pain point. One is the most common one, that reporting information that is not required anymore and is meaningless now. And also redundancy, where different departments want the same information in a different format. The next is, of course, poor data collections, and when it's time to do reporting or to analyze and summarize the report, it will be a pain point of going through those garbage in, and eventually it will become garbage out. The proposed solution is that for item number 1 of reporting information that is not required anymore, you will need to work with different stakeholders to determine what are the useful report. And also sometimes, because some of those reports exist long time ago when there is certain quality issue and improvement plan has already put in to eliminate those quality issue. Therefore, actually this piece of information or this piece of report is really not needed anymore. The next one in redundancy is consolidate all those reports into one format or into a single dashboard that's easy to understand for everyone. And lastly, on poor data collection, this is one of the biggest and cause, or the main cause, is that you need to set up a systematic data collection process. This is a foundation of also automation. Before automation can happen, data collection has to be done properly. Let's go through what are the processes that is required from converting a data that is collected to an output or a reporting output. So the first step is actually the whole data collection process of understanding customers' requirement. And next is that to collect the data. And then this will be followed by analyzing data, summarizing the data, and also action plan require if there is quality issues to eliminate or to reduce the potential problem. And lastly, of course, is the report output that every stakeholder is waiting in anticipation weekly for it to come out and to check what is the current trend now. Let's start from understand the customer's requirement. It will not be meaningful to have a report if we do not understand what the customers require. We could be reporting something that which customers are not interested. So first of all, that we will need the reviews, the specifications and customers requirement, and understand what is their application environment, which will lead to what they really care about in your products, and align those products' critical parameters to the customer's requirement. I do have a video on how to convert customers' requirement in and into critical parameters, and I will put it in the link below and also at the end of this video. Do not estimate the step of understanding customers' requirement in the previous slide. Actually, I've eliminated more than 50% of reporting just by understanding customers' requirement. So, upon understanding your customer's requirement, then you can craft your data collection process accordingly in the way that you want the data to tell you about the insights of the process, and you come with an objective of what do you want the data to tell you. So the first step is that we will need to understand the type of data we would like to collect, what type of information that we would like to collect. Normally in a manufacturing quality or in manufacturing process, the first thing would be the defect rate, the type of defect, where the defect gets rejected in the process steps, maybe the product type, the timeline that happens, such as in what time, what date, the traceability, the unique part number or the unique identification or serial numbers of the product, and it could be also other informations that is required. And the second one is the current information. Okay, so here it means that what is the current failure mode that you have assigned to your product? Is there too many defects under others category? I have a slide down later on to explain more about this item and also how to handle this kind of situation. And lastly, we would like to define the role and responsibility, that who is in charge of what data, and also ensure that we restrict data key in with a pull down list to ensure correct or prevent, minimize the mistakes of wrong key in of the data. And lastly is that to get rid of the information you do not require. I will walk through all this in more details in the next consecutive slides. Suppose you want to collect data which shows the reject rate of an assembly line, and what are the top failure symptoms, the failure cause, which could be process related, handling, or incoming materials, etc. Therefore, you must create a table according to what you want. And in order to do so, you will need to put in all the information which is known as columns, that means the column headings, or the field if you have a more automated data collection process, a table, eventually they will pull and become a data table. So here you will need a column heading of a work week, maybe the field, date, the product, the part number, the line reported failure, the product serial number, the field at which stations, the verification results, and also the failure classifications and the failure cause. And here you will stated the description of each of these fields, the source where you get it from, and how you input the data as well. This is a very important step of doing so. Another tips is that if, let's say, your table or your data is actually handwritten, you can actually download a phone app's call Office, which is available in the Play Store or in the Apple Store, that is able to convert the image or the handwriting image into a table which is in Excel format. Therefore, you don't have to manually key in every data that is in the handwritten format.
This is what the final tables looks like, which consists of the 10 columns that we talked about just now, of field. One is work week, field date, products, part number, line reported failures, what are they, the observed failures, the product, unique serial number for traceability, field at which stations, the verification results, the field classifications according to the verification results, and also the failure costs. These are the columns where possible you can put in a list down, drop down menu where you can choose the options directly from here instead of keying in, where your data will look more clean, and also it will help in the final analysis as well to prevent all those mistakes. And also many people will have different definition for the same kind of a reject symptom.
Remember, I stated in slide 6 about current information. I have seen cases where the failure, let's say in 2018, we have a classifications of cosmetics assembly process, cannot charge, and also parts broken for a battery pack, and others is actually the last Pareto, the last defect in the Pareto. However, over the years, process improvement has taken place and most of this top defect has already gone. Therefore, others becomes a top Pareto. And it is time. Actually, you have to classify others so that it will become more obvious in your report, and you will know that specifically what are the failure modes or the failure symptoms that you will need to work on, or else you will end up as others in the top Pareto, and also you will invite a lot of questions from your stakeholders. Once we have the data collected, it is time for us to analyze and even summarize the data. One of the neat tools that actually you can use is Microsoft Power BI, which comes with a work account. And it helps to automate the process, and also it has an auto update features. That means once you set up your dashboard in the Power BI for the data visualization correctly, it will auto-run with updated report either weekly or monthly, depends on what is your interval of reporting. And also, you can also use a lot of data automations that's available either in Excel or also in Power BI that is able to pull data from different sources and merge them together. For example, the table I showed you just now is about the failure data, but you would like to know the reject rate, then you will need to know the build quantity, which is in another table, another format. With a certain merging of a data source, you will be able to merge them together and get your reject rate. So I have put in a good link for the Power BI learning resources, and there are also a lot of YouTube videos which shows how to use Power BI that you can refer to. This is the example of a Power BI screen which shows you that it has the capability to pull data basically from anywhere, and also is able to merge the data in two different or two reports or multiple reports that you can link them together. A quality reports must come with action plans to address the quality issues and also to improve the quality. Therefore, quality engineers must learn to distinguish between special cause and common cause failure in a product. Common cause failure is resolved through a systematic problem-solving approach such as Six Sigma, and also or A3 depends on your manufacturing environment. Give a time frame, as it is also a project approach to address those common cause variation. If not, every week your customer will be coming after you to questions that why it is not resolved, and the time frame has to be reasonable. You will need to also give it will also make it easier for you to drive for actions and work with cross-functional teams by having a timeline to check on the progress. Also learn to make customers understand that magic do not happen overnight. Whereas special cause variation is something that could not be tolerated and it has to be addressed immediately. Normally, you will use a 8D approach or corrective action approach to immediately have action to eliminate special cause. A more detailed video on the special cause and common cause variations is available at the end of this video and also at the link below, which you can refer to for more details. This is to show you the data visualization, or known as dashboard, in a reporting format which Power BI is capable of producing. However, at this moment, Power BI still does not have the capability to collect data accurately yet. It is actually easy to learn how to use data visualization software where automation can take place to transform the raw data. However, the most challenging part is the foundation work of data collection and ensuring the data accuracy, where it can be used to transform into a process insights and target the right improvement effort. Do invest your time to build a good data collection system And I can assure you, once you have mastered it, reporting will be an easy task. Please do share with me your reporting problem in the comments section, and I shall take a look at it and see if I can help you to resolve some of your problem. Thank you and bye.